Look in the mirror, don't know what to say, but I'm happy the man I is.
Goddamn, we back at it in the weekend. It's back at it with an album, Dawn FM. Now we got After Hours back in 2020. My favorite, I rated that my favorite album of 2021, top album of 2020. 2021. I thoroughly enjoyed that album. The Weeknd, man, he's been doing this for over a decade. He's one of the best artists from the 2010s, man. Plus with the trilogy, Starboy, Dear My Heart, just so many quality albums. The melodies, the synths, the Weeknd synths is always unique. His toxicity. I mean, it was very toxic, especially on the After Hours, man. And the Weeknd, man, he's just been doing this for so long, solidified himself. And I'm surprised that he's releasing this album the first week of January, the first Friday of January. We already get an album from the Weeknd. Is absolutely insane. Gunna is also releasing an album. I might do a reaction to a few songs. Let me know if you want to do when we see a few reactions to Gunna's new album. But the Weeknd, man, like I said, man, his toxicity, his vocals, his hums, his production is always solid. The Weeknd's synths is always unique. And it's been copied and emulated, especially we heard from Tory Lanez with his project. I didn't really enjoy that project, but that's not there. That's a different conversation. But I'm interested to see what this album is going to entail. The cover art is with the Weeknd himself, but it's very interesting as it's an old Weeknd. It's going to be interesting to see. We got one single from it, Take My Breath. We haven't gotten any other singles from that. We get snippets here and there because it's the Weeknd, like to show us snippets. And we got Tyler the Creator as a feature. Quincy Jones is on here in some way capacity. Jim Carrey is on here. It's probably gonna be a narration probably from him. We also got a Lil Wayne feature, so some interesting feature. I can see Tyler the Creator working, but the Lil Wayne feature, that's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, we're gonna do a full reaction review. This album was long, 51 minutes. It's probably gonna be the longest video I ever upload. So hopefully you got some snacks, got some popcorn, got some drinks. I got me some water because I know I'm gonna get dehydrated out here. And with any reaction review, there's going to be a lot of cuts and jumps in between songs, just for the simple fact that I gotta avoid copyright. Because if I get copyrighted, ain't nobody gonna be able to watch this video. So hopefully I can do my best to avoid the copyright and avoid all that whole shenanigans. So that's why it's gonna be a lot of cuts, a lot of jumps. I just have to do it, y'all. I'm sorry, I just have to do it. So without further ado, The Weeknd, Dawn FM, and that's the first track. The first track is Dawn FM. So like we planing down to the moon, or a distant planet that's light years away. It seems like we're descending into it, seeing all the windiness. Jim Carrey?
You've been in the dark scared. Don't worry. We'll be there to hold your hand and guide you through this painless transition. But what's the stay tuned?
It's probably going to have a nice little transition to the next song. That's Dawn FM. That's the title track. That's a nice little intro, nice little cinematic intro to just introduce everything. Like I said, Jim Carrey, I guess he's going to be the narrator, the radio show host of this whole project. And yeah, nice little intro. Next track we got coming up is Gasoline. Gasoline. That's a throwback of a song. Gasoline, let's hop into it. Them Simps, man. Them 80 Simps.
It's 5 a.m. my time again. I've soaking up the moon. Can I see?
Is this like a pitched version of The Weeknd's voice? It sounds like a totally different person. I don't know how I feel about it so far, but let's hop back into it.
I'm pushing myself further, I'm just trying to feel my heartbeat beat. I wrap my hands all around your neck, you love it when I always squeeze.
Hey, there goes the regular voice.
You spin me around, so I just wrap my body in these sheets and pour out the gasoline. Obsessing over aftermath. Around we go. And daddy and peace.
Yeah. Yes. And that's Gasoline. That track didn't really do too much for me. I really didn't like the pitched voice, the alternative voice. The Weeknd's vocals was pretty alright. The production was pretty alright. It was nothing too crazy for me, nothing too out there. I don't know. That was just, I don't know. That was the first like song I guess we got on there. Didn't really enjoy it that much. Didn't do much for me. Next track we got coming up though is How Do I Make You Love Me? I feel like some toxicity is about to come in with a title track like that. How do I make you love me? Let's find out.
We're going back in time. I'd like to see you try what's right in front of me. It's quite unusual. See, I'll make you love me. How do I make you love me? I can see the real you, girl. You don't have to hide.
Yo, B switch? Hey, that transition. You hear the transition? The transition? That transition to Take My Breath. I already did the reaction to Take My Breath. Take My Breath came out in November or October of last year. I thoroughly enjoyed that track. I would say Take My Breath is definitely the best out of the first four we heard. How Do I Make You Love Me? That was alright. That was a little bit better than Gasoline. It was a generic The Weeknd track. It was nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy. Take My Breath, like I said, is definitely the best out of the first four we heard. Well, I guess three if you don't count the intro track. It was the intro track, so there wasn't too much of that on there. But How Do I Make You Love Me? It was a little bit better than Gasoline, but not too crazy. Like I said, Take My Breath, I already done the reactions to that, so we're going to skip over that. If you want to check out the reaction to that, you just go over to that separate video. The next track we got coming up is Sacrifice. The Weeknd, Sacrifice? It can go many ways. It can go many ways. Kind of sounds like a little bit Take My Breath beat production style.
I was born in a city.
Oh, I know that dun 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 dun. I don't know what the artist of the song is, but I've heard that many times. Cause my mom played that song many times. Y'all probably know. Let me know down in the comment section what song that is. That dun 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 dun. I can remember the melody, but I can't remember the lyrics. Certainly can't remember the title of the song and the artist, but let me know down below. But I definitely know what that sample is. I know what that sample is.
Toughest parts when you feel like it's the end. Cause the feelings, don't be out here, get your feelings. Cause always sacrifice. You're letting me down. I don't understand the lines. Oh baby, I hope you know that I don't wanna sacrifice.
And that's Sacrifice. Thoroughly enjoyed that track. If I had to rank all the songs, I would definitely do Take My Breath at the top, and then Sacrifice coming up after that. Definitely love that. Definitely love the sample. Like I said, I don't remember specifically, but definitely let me down in the comment section down below exactly what it is. I definitely know where that sample is coming from. Thoroughly enjoyed that track. Definitely my favorite from besides Take My Breath. The next track we got coming up is A Tale by Quincy Jones, one of the greatest musical geniuses out here. Worked with Michael Jackson. We all know him working with Michael Jackson with Thriller, Bad, I believe, and a few others, and a variety of other artists in his historical musical career. So is this like a skit, snippet type thing? I don't know. Let's find out.
You don't know how to raise, I just did the best thing I could with mother. get put in a straitjacket and taken out of my home when I was only 7 years old.
That's dramatic.
I later had an evil stepmother who further cemented the idea that I didn't need a mother. It bled into my relationships with family and those I had become romantically involved with. Part of that was vindictive and partially based on fear. Looking back is a bitch, isn't it?
And that's a tale about Quincy Jones, man. A nice little skit right there. That is certainly true. If you see your mom get put in a straitjacket, put in a mental institution, definitely can be scarring. And then growing up with an evil stepmother can be even more scarring. And can obviously lead into the future relationships, but even romantic lovers. That can it's an evolutionary cycle. Then you go on to your kids, and you put it on the kids. It just ends a cycle. So that's a nice little skit. Don't understand what it coincides with the whole album story, but that's not the hit on that. Let me know down in the comment section why this is connected to that. The next track we got coming up is Out of Time. Out of Time. We're running out of time out here. We're coming about halfway through the album though. Halfway through. Out of Time. Let's hop into it. This song is about to be some baby making song right here. That's what it sounds like. Baby making music right here.
The last few months I've been working on me, baby. I realized, remember when I held you.
I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting for the high note for the weekend. I've been waiting on that moment. And I only took about 7 songs. We finally got a high note. He finally hit it. He finally hit it.
Trying nice to stay. I love you, girl, but I got
The time. Ooh.
remember when I held you. Loving him, you made up your mind. Say I'm there for you, but I got the time.
You dare touch that dial.
Jim
Because
Carrey
like
back?
the song says, you are out of time. You may even forget your own name. But before you dwell in that house forever, 3.5, darn it.
And that's Out of Time. I thoroughly enjoyed that track. I think that's definitely my favorite out of the whole thing. I go Out of Time, Take My Breath, and then Sacrifice. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That was definitely, he finally hit that high note. He was singing his heart out. That was definitely a solid song. That was definitely a solid song, man. That's vintage The Weeknd right there. Next track we got coming up is Here We Go Again, featuring Tyler the Creator. This is the first feature outside of Jim Carrey narrating and the skit with Quincy Jones. So I'm interested to see how this goes, how's it going to produce. Is it going to be catered towards more The Weeknd, more to Tyler the Creator? How is Tyler the Creator going to sound? Is he going to be melodic, singing, rapping? I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Call Me If You Get Lost. That was in my top 3. I think it was number 2 for my favorite albums of 2021. So, Tyler the Creator, he's been on the road. He's been always delivering solid features throughout last year, the year before that. So, I'm interested to see how he slides on this. So, without further ado, Here We Go Again, featuring Tyler the Creator.
We still celebrating Super Bowl. Catalog to fall for me once you got this deal. City dark, city dangerous. Your girlfriend's trample, but when I make her laugh, swear it cures my depressing thoughts. 'Cause baby girl, but here we go again.
Hit that shit, The Weeknd. Hit that shit.
Here we go again.
Although this love is strong to me, some things can change, go wrong with me. We don't need the government involved because we like to touch. We don't need no damn religion telling us that we in love with it. Fuck, you gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup.
This man said, this man said, you gonna sign this prenup. He said, we don't need the government, we don't need a religion, but hey, you still gonna need to sign this prenup. We may be in love, but I'm still need to sign this prenup just because I need to protect my assets. You ain't gonna steal everything from me. Oh, that's the thing. You go inside this breathe. Tyler the Creator is an absolute fool, man.
So here we go again. The number one station to free your soul.
And that's Here We Go Again, featured Tyler the Creator. I really enjoyed that track. That was a nice little melodic song for the Weeknd. That was just him just singing the most of the way through. Then Tyler the Creator came out of nowhere at the end. He told this girl, "We're gonna be in love. We don't need the government all up in the business. We don't need the religion to show us how much we love. But you still don't have to sound this pretty enough." Absolutely hilarious. I enjoyed that track. Next track we got coming up is Best Friends. Last time I heard Best Friends was what was that, Jack Harlow and Chris Brown. I thoroughly enjoyed that song. Jack Harlow, Chris Brown, Best Friends. That was a solid song. So let's see what the Weeknd can talk about when it comes to Best Friends. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And tear it apart, I love you so. Best friend
That song ended kind of crazy, and that's Best Friends. The Weeknd was horny, horny as all hell on that track. That man was just all kinds of horny. That was all right track. The production was all right on there. Nothing too crazy, nothing too excited for me in that department. But the next track we got coming up is There Something Else? We're coming down to the wire, man. We're down to the last 8. Yeah, last 4. Yeah, that's the last 8 songs now. So the next track we got coming up is There Someone Else? Oh man, this is really gonna get toxic now. This sounds like it's gonna get real toxic.
I know that you're hiding something from me. That's been you get when we're fighting. Cause I wanna keep you close. I don't wanna lose my spot. Is there someone else on earth? Ooh, I wanna keep you close. I don't wanna lose my spot. Oh no.
And Is There Someone Else, man? That's a classic situation. When you in a situationship where you want to be in love with somebody, want to be their number one, you gotta ask them, is there someone else or something else? Seems like your mind distracted. Seems like you not putting all your full power, intentions, responsibilities, etc., all into me. So you gotta ask the question: is there someone else? Is there someone else besides me? I'm trying to go full. I'm trying to go full throttle. I'm trying to go all gas, no brakes out here. You holding it back. You holding it back. So that's a classic situation. Thoroughly enjoyed that track. That's definitely my top 5 favorite tracks from this album so far. Next track we got coming up is Starry Nights. Starry Eyes. Sorry, Starry Eyes. I don't know where I got Starry Nights. It's nighttime out here. It's what time is it? It is 12:47. So yeah, it's nighttime out here. So that's why I'm thinking Starry Night. Starry Eyes. Let's hop into it.
I only met you in my dreams before. When I'm suffering from the shadows hole. Oh, let me be there for your heart. Make it my responsibility that I felt the worst. Now I'm so cynical, baby, break me.
And that's Starry Eyes. That was a nice little simple track. That was just The Weeknd singing his heart out. Nothing too crazy. The production is pretty low key there. Just trying to support the vibe that The Weeknd was trying to create there. But coming down to the wire, man. It's the last 5 tracks. The next track we got coming up is Every Angel is Terrifying. I don't know which way this direction is going to go, but we going to find out. We're out the gate.
If I cried out, for beauty is the terror we endure, while we stand in wonder, we are annihilated. Every angel is terrified.
Intense, graphic, sexy, euphoric, technically and visually stunning.
What kind of 80s commercial?
Science fiction, the exotic, bizarre, and beautiful world of Afterlife. And this classic. Arthur Flemminger says that's 1-800-444-4444 now for Afterlife.
And that's Every Angel is Terrifying. That is an interesting interlude, skit, track, commercial type thing. Whoever produced that was absolutely snapping on the production side. The production side of that track was absolutely insane. Carry on. Next track is Don't Break My Heart. Oh man. He about to. He would title a track like that as The Weeknd. You know, it's gonna be all kinds of toxicity. So let's find out. There's a whole lot of toxicity out here.
Drowning in the purple lights, darling shining bright. Oh, for sure, just don't break my heart. Don't let me go. Please, don't you break my heart. Just need the room to stop, and I could be the one you
When I kissed you neck, that didn't was all.
just don't break my heart.
And that's dope. Don't Break My Heart. That was alright track for me, nothing too crazy. And a lot of these tracks just seem like it's not nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. The Weeknd's vocals is always fine. Just the production, I don't know. It's not nothing too exciting so far. Coming down to the last 3 tracks though. The next track we got coming up is I Heard You're Married, featured Lil Wayne. Now Lil Wayne's been going on an absolutely insane feature run. 2020, 2021, he's been absolutely snapping on his features. So I'm very interested because I can see Tyler the Creator and The Weeknd working, but The Weeknd and Lil Wayne, I am very interested to see how this is really gonna go. Or we gonna get some singing melodic Lil Wayne? Is Lil Wayne gonna spit some crazy bars? I truly don't know how this is gonna work, how the collaboration is gonna work, but I guess it's only one way to find out.
You've been in control. I'm bumping through my ears. These words I need to hear from you. I knew that this was too good to be true. Ooh, I can't be with you. No, I can't be with you. You're too deceiving. I can't be with you. No, I can't be with you. You're too deceiving, girl.
I know y'all heard that. I know y'all heard that like the lighter flick. That's a classic. That's a classic enunciation. That enunciation, is that even a word? that Lil Wayne's about to come through. I'm very interested to see because on this is very The Weeknd sound, and I don't know how Lil Wayne's gonna flow, gonna sound on this, but like I said earlier, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Can't be your side, bitch, that shit ain't fly, bitch. Can't be your pilot, can't be your. I bet he treat you like Virgin Mary. You like it dirty, and I'm dirty Harry. I thought we was some love, that's a long kiss goodbye. Got a tongue to shoot, and when doves cry, we ain't got enough to shoot. I'm still in love with you, but it's bad. Tell hubby I kill him, no hubcap.
Are we getting Lil Wayne in the background with the vocals? Oh my god. And that's I Heard You're Married featuring Lil Wayne. The track is very interesting, especially Lil Wayne's feature with him with the melodic singing, rapping. Very interesting. And then having him do the chorus with The Weeknd was very interesting. It just doesn't seem right at all. Let me know what you think about that track, because that track has got me scratching my head, shaking my head, laughing all at the same time. Coming down to the last two tracks, Less Than Zero and Phantom Regret by Jim. Coming down to the wire, coming down to a little bit. Less Than Zero. Let's hop into it.
Remember, I was your hero. I'll always be less than zero. Oh yeah. Oh, can we meet in the middle?
Malcolm in the Middle?
Watch me die in your arms. You tried your best with me, I know.
And that's Less Than Zero. That was the second to last track. That track was not for me. That track is very poppy-esque. It's feel like if I walk into like an H&M store or I'm just walking around the mall, that'll be playing in the background in the atmosphere. That was not for me. Not the best. Very poppy-esque. Nothing too exciting, too crazy for me. But coming down to the last track, Phantom Regret by Jim. Last track, y'all. The last track.
Now that all future plans have been postponed, and it's time to look back on the things you thought you owned, were you high or just stoned? Out of time, there's nothing but space. No hunting, no gathering, no nations, no race. Purple rain falls. We're all bathed in its grace.
Shout out to Prince.
Where the weekend's so good and he plays all week long. Hang it gone, get it on. Consider the flowers. They don't try to look right. They just open their petals and turn to the light. Unwind your mind, train your soul to align, and dance till you find that divine boogaloo. You gotta be heaven to see heaven.
And that's Phantom Regret by Jim, and that's Dawn FM by The Weeknd. That was a nice little outro there. Poem by Jim Carrey. Shout out to Jim Carrey, the legendary comedian out here. Been doing this for so long. But Dawn FM. Not my favorite. Yeah, this is definitely nowhere near when it comes to After Hours. Like I said in the very beginning of the video, After Hours is my favorite album from 2020. Dawn FM, it's not my best. The production wasn't too exciting. It was nothing too crazy. There was some highlight moments in some tracks. The Weeknd's vocals was pretty alright. It was that one high note moment on Out of Time, which is one of my favorite tracks from the album. It was just nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy, nothing too punchy, too powerful, too hard hitting like After Hours was. I feel like After Hours was a lot of tracks after track after track. We were just banger after banger. Melodic, the singing, the high notes, the production going crazy. It was just a lot going on there. Then you come on to the Dawn FM, where I feel like it's nothing too exciting. Some of the tracks was very just monotone, nothing too crazy. The production was just flatline. It seemed like the Weeknd's vocals, like I said, was alright. It was some highlights, some lows, some alright. It was just nothing too crazy. It's nothing too exciting. That's the one thing about this album for me, is just nothing too exciting, nothing too punchy and powerful. The storyline of it was nothing too crazy. We got some toxicity, we got some heartbreak, some melodic. The features, we only got 2 features. Tyler, the Creator, gonna sign his prenup. Absolutely hilarious. Lil Wayne didn't seem to fit too well, and I Heard You're Married. That was just a very interesting choice of having them two to go together. Quincy Jones with the skit probably had some other like noticeable musical things, but it was nothing too crazy. This album did seem like it had some Michael Jackson influences. I do see that. Probably Quincy Jones had some influence for that. Jim Carrey was only here for 3 tracks. The first, obviously Dawn FM, but then the poem with him, Phantom Regret. And I think, is there someone else or Best Friends, one of those? He had his voice on there, so he was nothing too crazy on his narration, but I enjoyed his poem at the end. But yeah, it was just nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy. Some of my favorite tracks are Out of Time, that's my favorite. Then I'll go Take My Breath, I already did a reaction to that. Then we go Sacrifice was pretty good. What was another track? Here We Go Again with Fruits and Tyler Creator is pretty alright. But that's about it. Everything else is just nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy, nothing that drew my attention, nothing that totally blew me away. But let me down below what you think. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would rate it like a 6.5, maybe 7 on a good day. But this is the first reaction, this is the first listen. I'm gonna listen to it over time and see if it grows on me in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, let me down below what you think about it. Is it mid? Is this like scratching your head like I'm scratching my head? Is this something crazy? Is this extraordinary for you? This is amazing. It's the greatest thing of all time you ever heard. Let me down below, all in the comment section down below. That's the Weeknd's Dawn FM. So, if you like the video, please like the video. I got more content like this always coming soon, so please subscribe. Whew. Maybe I don't got to do a lot of editing because there's nothing too crazy from this album. I don't know. Let me know down below how would you feel about the album. Let me know down below. See you next video. Peace.